there's Crab with a K, there's Rolex with two X's, and then there's the fake world of golf. None of it real, and all of it should be very concerning to everybody who purchases golf equipment because you want to make sure you're getting the authentic stuff. Jason Rocker is here to help ferret out the golf equipment counterfeiters. And unless you think this is some sort of a spoof, it's not. All the major manufacturers are funding your efforts, right?
That's correct, yeah. So the group founded about 15 years ago with some of the largest manufacturers in golf trying to fight the counterfeiting problem, and we've been working with them for years to help them get the word out and help consumers buy real product, and as we say, keep golf real.
Well, as I look at the product table that you have, I see a few clubs, but then I see other golf equipment items that I wouldn't ever expect to even have a counterfeit value. Head covers, grips, of course, golf balls. So how widespread is this issue?
So it's relatively widespread in terms of the scope of the problem, but it's also in terms of the scope of the product. So they're not only concentrating on clubs. They'll counterfeit balls. They'll counterfeit, like you said, club heads, covers. They'll counterfeit grips. Basically they'll counterfeit anything they can sell.
Those weasels, they seem to be everywhere. So when we look at these head covers, the one in your hand is legit.
That's correct.
The one in my hand is counterfeit, and
right.
I defy anybody to try to spot that on their own.
Yeah, look, it takes a keen eye, obviously, but at the end of the day, head covers are one thing, but when you're talking about clubs or when you're talking about balls or, here's a club, for instance, right? Here's there's two clubs here, and they look aesthetically pretty similar, but when you cut them open, the real one, as you can see, is weighted and milled and hollowed out. There's this specified cavity there. And then we have the fake one, and it's just a completely solid piece of metal. So, yeah, go ahead and get that for a few bucks cheaper, and you're essentially hitting with a pipe. But really, we're concerned, obviously, about protecting the brands, but we're really concerned about protecting consumers. Because there's one thing if you're playing with an inferior product, but it's also some of these are safety issues. We've had anywhere from slight performance issues to significant safety issues where heads are falling off and shafts are shattering. And we want to make sure that not only that we're protecting the integrity of the game, but we're protecting golfers.
I'm seeing 24 Pro V balls here. I'm guaranteeing you that I could choose 25 times and I would get it wrong half the time. Which one's real? Which one's fake?
So let me see here.
He's got to look, and he's the expert.
So this one's the fake, and this one is the real. And again, the packaging is shockingly close. But if you look, I won't pull these out, but here's another example of what they look like on the outside. And now we turn them over and look at the inside. So again, a ball should be symmetrical. It has the specific composites and then we look at this one, and obviously it's not symmetrical. I'm not even sure what the material is in there. There's a big divot here. So the reality is, again, we're looking at something that aesthetically might not look too bad to the naked eye, but then performance-wise, it's significantly different.
Somebody just painting over top of old golf balls for the fakes?
No, they're producing them. They're just producing them using inferior products and inferior methods.
That is simply amazing. And we could go on and on. We could look at more golf clubs. You have grips here and everything. Bottom line, what is the best advice you can give to a consumer so that they can have a chance in discerning? Obviously, you want to buy from a reputable vendor. What else?
I mean, that's really it. It's fun for us to sit here at the table and say, hey, can I tell the difference between the fake or the real? But at the end of the day, if you're buying from sites that aren't authorized retailers, you're just playing Russian roulette, basically.
In the words of a very famous moment in sitcom history, when you get the good stuff, you know it because they're real and they're spectacular.